Patriots rise, patriots rise, hold the line. Patriots rise, side by side, side by side.
Hello, friends. This is Mac Payne, founder, owner, and operator of the Vietnam Veteran News Podcast, where we bring you news about the Vietnam War and the brave veterans who served there, as told to you by yours truly, a Vietnam veteran. In this short video, I come to you with news. I have just published another podcast episode, number 3320, over at the Vietnam Veteran News Podcast. I share in this podcast a column put out by a writer up in the Atlanta, Georgia area by the name of Dick Yarbrough. He wrote a column about coincidences around an MIA by the name of Major Pat Boggs. It was about time for another feel-good story to be on this podcast, and that's what this is. Dick Yarbrough tells the story of an MIA POW bracelet that has been everywhere, and it is now in his possession. And he tells the story in his column about how he ended up with this bracelet and about the MIA, Pat Boggs, who took off from an aircraft carrier in the South China Sea in August of 1967, and he never returned. It was a sad case. It is a terrible thing for the MIA and his family and his friends. This is an amazing story about what could have happened with coincidences. And there were lots of them in this story. You must go over and listen to it to discover more about these coincidences. I highly encourage you to listen to this podcast episode. I guarantee you it'll make you feel good. To help you easily and quickly access this podcast episode, I have set up 3 ways you can do that. The first and easiest and quickest is to merely scroll down below this 1965 version of a Philco TV set. There you should find a live link that'll take you straight to this podcast episode. If for some reason you cannot locate that live link on the device you're watching this video on, no worries. All you have to do is go to this URL, VietnamVeteranNews.com. There you can click on episode 3320 and be watching it immediately. But wait, there's more. If you prefer QR codes, you're in luck. I have created a QR code just for you that'll take you straight to this podcast episode. It's too cool for school. I will put this QR code on the screen at the end of this video and leave it up there so you'll have plenty of time to get your phone out, turn on the camera, point it toward the QR code, click it on, and be listening immediately. So with that in mind, thank you for listening, but wait. Do me a big favor before you go listen to this podcast episode. Like this video. They say that the more likes a video receives, the more often YouTube will put it up on their website, on the internet, and more people will see it. And that's what we want. We want more people to hear these stories about Vietnam veterans and especially our MIAs, our special MIAs. Of course, they're all special. Another way you can help spread the word is to subscribe to my channel. That's easy and free also. So with that in mind, please go over and listen to podcast episode 3320. You'll be glad you did. Here is the QR code. Go for it. Were you able to click on the QR code? If not, I'll leave it up a little longer just for you. This is Mac Payne here, ending this short video where I announced the new podcast episode 3320 over at the Vietnam Veteran News Podcast. Please go and listen to it. Thank you very much for listening, and we will talk soon.